G'day lovelies, welcome back. I hope you all had a good weekend. First up this week we're going to be making a steak and onion curry pie. I'll write the recipe below the video in the description as always. First up we're going to need 750 grams of chuck steak. I've got 850, so that'll do. We need to dice it up into roughly 3 centimetre cubes. 1 tablespoon of oil for cooking. 2 large onions sliced. So I've got smaller ones, so I'll be using 3. 1 clove of garlic crushed, or the jar garlic. 2 tablespoons of curry powder. I'll probably only be using 1 because I can't have it too hot and spicy. And if you don't have curry powder, or you're in a country where curry powder is really expensive, I do have a homemade one. I'll put it at the end of the video if you're interested. 1 batch makes up for 1 meal like this. It's not a hot curry. It's got a beautiful spice to it. We need between a 4 and 425 gram can of crushed tomatoes. I could only get diced, and if you go to your cupboard and you've only got whole ones, don't panic, because when we put them in the pan, we'll just smash them down until they're crushed. And last but not least, we need half a cup of chicken stock. So I found these little 1 cup ones, which I thought was great rather than wasting a big one. Okay, we're ready to go. So what we need now is either a large saucepan with a lid, a deep frying pan with a lid. I'm using my electric fryer with a lid. Medium heat, roughly a tablespoon of oil. I'm using olive oil, but you can use any oil you've got. So put the first lot in, brown it well, take it out, put the next lot in, brown it well. Alrighty, our meat is browned really well. Now I'm going to add, we want to use the same pan. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. I've just turned it off so you can actually hear me. Alright, we want to add our onion, our 1 clove of garlic crushed, or 1 heaped teaspoon of jar garlic, up to 2 tablespoons of our curry powder. Alright, I'm now going to turn it back on. I'm going to keep flicking it around until the onion is cooked. Alrighty, a couple of minutes later, when our onion is cooked and see-through, we want to add our brown steak back in. We now want to add our crushed tomatoes, so I'm just going to make a thing in the middle. Depending on the size of them, just smash them down until they're crushed. Alright, and now we need our half a cup of chicken stock. Now because I'm doing it in the electric fry pan and it's a really big space, instead of the half a cup, I'm going to be using a whole cup. Once we put that in, we want to mix it through really well. Once we've mixed it in really well, we're going to bring it up to a simmer. We're going to put the lid on it and we're going to simmer it with the lid on for up to 1.5 hours until the meat is gorgeous. So when you can get 2 forks and pull a piece of meat apart, she's ready. Alrighty, I had to turn it off because of the steam. Alright, 1 hour and 20 minutes it took in my electric fry pan, and I had to add half a cup of water halfway through. Now that the meat's beautiful and soft, we want to get 1/4 cup of water into a cup with 2 tablespoons of plain flour, and we want to mix it in really well and get most of the lumps out. Now I'm going to turn it back on and bring it up to a boil. Now if you've done it in a saucepan and you've got a lot more juice in there, you can leave the lid off and simmer it for a good 5 or 10 minutes until you get it down to just a little bit of juice like this. So I'll just pour a little bit in first. It has to be boiling for it to thicken. And now I'll put the other half in. And I'll probably cook it just for a couple of minutes until it thickens right up and cooks the flour out. Alright, a couple of minutes later, we've got it beautiful and thick. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, now we want to turn it off. And we want to leave it in the pan to completely cool down. Once it's completely cooled down, we want to stick it in a bowl, cover it up, and chuck it in the fridge until it goes cold. Alright, now our filling is finally cold. You can now make your pies any way you want. You can make them with the pie maker, you can make them with bread in a toasty maker, You can make a family size pie in the oven, or you can do little pies. You can do them in the little muffin tins. Any of the pies that you're going to put in the oven, you want to preheat your oven, doesn't matter what size it is, to 190 degrees Celsius. I've got a plain electric oven, so if you've got a fan forced, you want to do it at 170 degrees Celsius. I have 3 sheets of puff pastry left, so I've thawed them out, so I'm going to make 6 little square ones. So I'm just going to fold it in half. Sorry if you can see my arm, that was actually a steam burn from the oven. Alright, so we want to push it down only on the crease and open it, and then we want to do it the other way. Alright, then we've got our markings to cut it so we get them all even, and I'm going to do that with all 3 of them. So I've put 6 of the squares on the tray. Now with the other 6 tops, I'm just going to put little slits in them, like leaving a big border that you don't touch. And I'm just going to put a few in like this on each one. Alright, so I'll put the 6 on the tray first to make sure I've got them all to fit. Now just to make them and to make it easier, I'm just going to slide that off of the tray. And now we're going to put some filling on them. We don't want to like pack them too much. So we want to do them like so, have them as flat as we can and leave a nice decent border around them. Alright, well I used all the mix and I ended up stuffing them really good anyway. But I'm doing them for dinner with veggies, so you get that. Now with our whisked egg, we just want to put a little bit around the edges. Once we've done that, we just want to stick our tops on. Alright, get it matched up and then press down the corners first. Alright, and then a gentle press down on all of it. Alright, so once I've done that, I'm now going to go around and fold all the edges up over themselves. Because I've made them so big, I want to try and seal them in as much as I can. And I'll do that all the way around. Once we've done that, I'm just going to go around with the fork and just press all the edges down gently. Then I'm going to grab my tray, put it underneath, grab the paper and slide them back on. Now with the egg and our brush or fingertips, we're just going to go over the pastry. Alright, once we've done that, we're ready to bang them in the oven. Now you can put some sesame seeds or poppy seeds or anything you want over the top if you like. Now no matter what size they are, you want to cook them until they're a beautiful golden brown. 38 minutes later in my plain electric oven, and mate, they smell awesome. Oh yeah, baby. Now if you're serving them to kids, 1 tablespoon of curry powder is perfect. Unless your kids are used to eating really hot spicy stuff, I wouldn't go more than that. If you're going to have your 2 tablespoons of curry powder, you're freaking psycho. Well there you have it, lovelies, a moreish little meal. Give it a crack, your whole family is going to love it. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves an awesome night, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.